have you ever, I don't know if I was sick, well, I am sick, but I don't know if it's just because of the sickness, or if it's for an actual reason, but I woke up, and I was like, what if, okay, hear me out, what if I just go on a really long walk? So, hopefully, I don't get attacked by anything, but I got a headset on with a light, and I'm just walking. Yeah, so I was diagnosed with strep. Well, I wasn't diagnosed with it, but my little brother came home with it. And so I'm at the point where, on top of all the other symptoms that I've had, I'm just no longer able to give a shit about, well, anything anymore. And by that I mean, I'm on a walk, and I don't care if I get attacked. I'll fight, sure. I'm not gonna let anything kill me. But at the same time, I'm not exactly afraid anymore. Because normally, I'm afraid of getting attacked by coyotes, or bobcats, or, well, really anything out here. There's a lot of shit out here. But I'm no longer at that point. So, it is quite a nice day out. I'm not joking. It is. I can't reverse my camera in the middle of the video, apparently, because this isn't Snapchat. On the road again. I can't wait to get on the road again. Oh, the moon looks pretty nice. Don't know if y'all can see that. My flashlight, I'm realizing now, is not the best of flashlights. It's one of the headlamps. But, as you can see, it doesn't light up jack fuck. Maybe I should have used low light for this video. I don't know. Didn't exactly think about it at the time. Now, I'm going to post this on YouTube, and, anybody watching it, even though there probably won't be, anybody watching it, considering the context of my channel, it's going to be like, this is very unrelated. And, yes, it is very unrelated. But, we all have our moments. We all, have our problems. And I would rather show them off to the world instead of allowing everybody to think that, I'm some perpetually happy person. So, I'm sending out this video to YouTube. I'm probably, speaking of, my channel is about bodybuilding and boxing. And I actually have my boxing gloves on right now. I was going to do some shadow boxing, but I'm wearing all black, so I thought it would look cool. That's the only reason that I'm really wearing it right now, is because I did a little bit of shadow boxing, and now I'm just trying to look cool. But, anyway, the context of my channel is bodybuilding and boxing, and I have not been able to post any videos recently, so allow me to explain why, because I know that a good few of y'all were, adamant and excited to see where things go. So, my life for the past, 2 months has been an absolute hell. I was diagnosed with pleurisy, right? And then that was like 2 months ago. I went through a course of steroids. It was about 2 weeks, 14 days. And they kind of helped. But then it came back. Well, I thought it did. I'm not sure if it's pleurisy again, but this time I was diagnosed with chest wall pain. Well, a little bit before that, I was also diagnosed with anxiety. So I now take Busprin. Well, I was not aware of the implications that would have on my bodybuilding life. Because Busprin, there is a very, very, very rare side effect of Busprin that less than 1% of people get. And that is muscle soreness, random muscle soreness, and soreness that is like enhanced, basically, whenever you do an exercise. I ran 2 miles one day, and I could not walk the next day. I could barely get up out of bed the second. And the third day, I was finally able to start, doing chores and stuff again. Every little thing makes me sore. On top of that, I accidentally took a double dose one night. I think it was like 2 nights ago. And I'm still kind of feeling the effects of it because the soreness was even more pronounced. So now I'm at the point where I am not sure if I would rather just deal with the anxiety so that I can start bodybuilding again. But I was prescribed, going back to the issues and all that, for my chest wall pain, I was given, I believe, a corticosteroid shot and prescribed meloxicam. So, meloxicam is a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory that you take once every 24 hours. So, you take it with food, because otherwise it causes stomach bleeding, gastrointestinal issues, etc., etc. So, I've been taking that, and it was doing wonders. Within 2 weeks, I was feeling quite a bit better. One problem, though, immediately after I started to feel a little better, I contracted strep, or what we assume is strep, through my little brother bringing it home. And so, that has been my past 2 months. I have not been able to do anything exercise related that entire time, and that's what I use to relieve my stress. So, yeah, there isn't really much left to say on that front. But the whole point of this video was just for me to kind of go on a walk, kind of rant a little bit, get some things off of my chest. I'm sure some people will look at this video. I've been told that I have a fun voice to listen to, so I hope that's the case for this video. But yeah, that's the whole point of this. Oh yeah, so breathing hurts. Laughing hurts. If I cough, it also hurts. Any kind of abflexion also hurts as well. So yeah, there's a lot going on, but give me like another, month to make sure that I'm recovered, and I will start posting videos again. I have been losing a bit of weight. I've been trying to focus on my diet instead of working out to lose weight, because that's what I was originally doing. I am looking a little bit better. So when I come back, that's something that, I don't know, maybe y'all can judge for yourself. Sun's finally coming up. The sunsets in this town are so beautiful. Or the sunrises. Sunsets too. But this is what I get to look at every single morning. For those who have stuck around long enough to enjoy the view, thank you. I'll turn around and show it again right before the sun rises. I'm not sure what the quality of this video is going to be. It's not as dark as it is in this recording. I promise you that. I can actually see pretty decently. But yeah, so this is actually the route that I normally run whenever I'm doing cardio. I go from where I was over that way, and I run all the way this way and all the way over there. If I point it up, I can kind of get better lighting. I didn't know that. But I go all the way that way, and I go to the end of that road. And it's a creepy route. I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of brush. This is a very rural area. If I got attacked by something, nobody would be able to help me. But that's just one of the things that you risk whenever you're exercising out in the country. But if I get to the end of my route and I want to go a little further, I take a right. And when I take that right, the next road is probably a mile-ish long on its own. So it's, if I go that way, I can add on another 2 miles to my trip. Well, yeah, because this, from my house to this first ending right here, is about a mile, and then back is another mile. So if I do this run, it's basically 2 miles. But then, if I take that right, and I go all the way to the end of that road and come back, that's about 4 miles. There's a lot of cows in these fields too, which is why I'm always so worried about predators. Holy cow, how did I roll my D that fast? Anyway, that's why I'm always so worried about predators, is because there's a lot of cattle out here. And all it would take is for one coyote pack to be hunting and hear me yapping like an absolute idiot. Be like, hey, this guy's a whole ass meal. And yeah, that's pretty much all it would take and to initiate a fight to the death out here. There are a couple houses. Deer are fairly common. We've seen a couple bobcats. Sorry, I heard something. We've seen a couple bobcats and stuff like that. So, it's a fun place. Now might be a good time to mention, I did not bring a knife or anything to protect me. So, if something does pull up on me, it's straight hands. Anyway. I'm not going to be able to get a good view of the sunrise from right here because there's fucking trees in the way. But, oh, is that a car behind me? No? I heard one. Anyway, yeah, you gotta keep a close ear out when you're out here. One wrong thing, and that's it. Your geese are cooked. But, I don't know. People are like, animals are so rare out here. You know, you're not gonna encounter one or get hurt or anything like that. And it's just like, okay, yeah, but I only have one life. So, if I do this like every day, the chances of me encountering something at some point are pretty high. And all it takes is that one encounter to, I don't know, permanently debilitate me or harm me or anything like that. So I always gotta be mindful of where I'm at. And I think it's funny because a lot of people don't share that mindset. They walk around like they're invincible, like nothing can hurt them. And it's just like, okay, I understand your point, but like, you gotta be more careful with your life, regardless of how much danger you're in. Now, that doesn't mean be a pussy. That just means be a little more careful. Be mindful. Watch where you're going. Think about things logically. That's all it takes to survive. A good memory, a good head on your shoulders, etc., etc. I knew there was a car behind me. Yeah, so this has been a video. I'm almost at 15 minutes now of just me straight yapping. So, if you're still here at this point, then pretty please, with a cherry on top, maybe like and subscribe to push this to more people. because I have a lot of fun just enjoying life, doing small things like this, just enjoying the tiny things, because it's the tiny things that matter. It's the small shit that gives you the biggest, endorphin rush. Things that make your life worth living are the things that you don't really pay attention to throughout your daily life. And I take it for granted too. I know I do. Not being in pain. And these past 2 months have shown me that. I think that whenever I finally get a little better, I'm going to be enjoying life a little bit more. Enjoying what it has to offer instead of just sitting in my bed 24/7. Because I can do that when I'm sick, but it's better if I don't. Huh. I've never heard that before. Huh. Maybe someone's just taking out their trash. So that's what it sounds like. That's a terrifying sound. Anyway. So, there's a house up here on this hill. I don't know, whoever they are, they must be rich as hell. Because it was a very nice house. Bro. Is somebody dragging a lawnmower across the concrete? God dang. There's a little creek. Sun's finally starting to come up. I don't know if it's going to be in this video, but there's a bus that comes down this way. Oh, there it is actually. So, that was the bus from my old school. And, I didn't realize it would be coming this early. But, yeah, I don't know. That school was, I'm not going to give away the exact place because, internet safety. But that place was not very fun. Principal was kind of an asshole. Not even going to lie. But, it wasn't, ideal. We never went on really any field trips or anything. And I know that's like one of the big things that people like look forward to throughout their school year. But I guess it was fine. There were some fun things. Like we had an ag mechanics class where we learned how to weld. I got a D9 certified in welding, which is pretty easy. It's just a vertical 90-degree weld. You just weld two plates together. That's pretty much it. But yeah, I'm chilling. The weather's actually really nice out right now. I think it's like maybe like 60 degrees. I don't know. I'm not exactly a living thermometer out here, but it being Texas, I've learned to appreciate the low temperatures, so I can kind of guess the range. It's probably about 66 right now. This is kind of how it felt one day that it was 66, so that's why it's so specific. I'm surprised that I'm not out of breath right now, because I don't know. I don't know if it's strep or what that's making it like so difficult to breathe sometimes. Maybe it's just anxiety. But sometimes it's been getting a little difficult to breathe. But I hope that the fresh air will help me feel a little bit better. Make things a little more bearable. I've wanted to get some steps in for quite a while, but I had just recently gotten a PS5, and so I was playing Diablo 4, Dungeon Defenders 2. Speaking of that game, I'm sure nobody knows what it is, right? But it is my childhood. I grew up on Dungeon Defenders. It has like 300 players globally now, but it is such a good game. People are really missing out on it. But more importantly, I was playing Diablo 4, but then they had that bullshit with the expansion. They were like, oh, well, we're going to paywall the end game. And I was in the official Discord, and I was like, okay, so are there any builds that I can do that can reach Torment 4 without, needing runes? And basically, my answer was no. So I was like, okay, fuck Diablo 4. I'm going to play Path of Exile. So I got on Path of Exile, and I haven't really played much of it because it's a lot different than Diablo 4, but it's also very similar at the same time. So I've been playing a little bit of it, but I also haven't been playing too much. I'm still pretty early game. Just downloaded Marvel Rivals, Fortnite, World of Tanks. I'm trying to think. I don't know which other games I got, but oh yeah, Battlefield 5 and Battlefield 2042 are also really good. But anyway, now that I've gone through all this, I think I'm probably gonna start talking about some other things. Whenever I was in high school, my athletics teacher, he was talking to me, and he was like, whenever you're running, well, he wasn't talking to me, he was talking to everybody, but he goes, whenever you're running, you want to take long steps, you want to extend your arms all the way up to, like, your shoulders, basically, not, like, all the way up, like, not, like, making yourself look stupid, but enough to stretch your diaphragm, and you want to kind of, like, take kind of leaps, but not exactly. I don't know how to describe it, but, and then he also said that you don't want to, like, you want to, like, slowly inhale, like, that while you're running. So, that's what I was doing for a good while, and it was kind of working. I was also really out of shape at the time, too. Y'all gotta understand, when I was trying to get into cardio, I was 300 pounds. So running was very, very unpleasant. I think that bus is behind me again. But running was very, very, very unpleasant. So I pushed through it, and I ran for a good while. And then I got pretty decent stamina built up. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I got into some stupid stuff, and I ruined all of that stuff that I'd worked for. I'm not gonna go into detail, but I'm no longer doing those things. And I'm proud of myself for being able to stop. And from this point on, I am wholeheartedly dedicated to improving myself, physically, emotionally, getting my shit back together. Maybe I will start to, feel normal again. That's my hope anyway. Because, I don't know, the one thing that I've wanted for quite some time is to just feel normal. Because I was suffering through all that stuff for a whole 2-3 months. It's very taxing on your mental health. And people with like chronic illnesses, it's not like talked about very much as far as I've seen. The fact that, such low level pain over the course of, 2-3 months, like constant chronic pain, that really does a number on your psyche. It makes you paranoid. It, gives you anxiety. It stresses you out. It causes a lot of issues. Like, I haven't really had any drive, anything like that. And I think that'll change once I start getting on the road again, doing road work, and stuff like that. But I don't know. I hope so. I hope that things get better. But yeah, we are at the point that I would normally turn around at. Holy cow, is it bright? I have no idea why. Is it? How do I turn that off? Oh, I can decide the brightness. Holy shit. Now it's bright. Now you can see everything. Okay, I'm turning it all the way down. Well, not all the way down. I don't want to cross my bus again, at least for a little bit, so I'm not going to take a right. Here's that right that I mentioned. It's a very long, empty road. So I'm going to take a left, because this is the way that you go to get to my town, which is, the nearest store is like 7 miles away. So it's not like middle of nowhere, but it is middle of nowhere, but kind of isn't, if that makes sense. I know people who their nearest town is, 30 miles away. Or nearest store is 30 miles away. My nearest Walmart is quite a ways away. Nearest Walmart is like 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Maybe not 45 minutes, but like 30 minutes away. It's pretty far. It's in a completely different town. So, I don't know. I've been walking for almost 30 minutes. This video is going to take up all the space on my phone. Swear. But, once my bus goes, I'm probably just going to turn around. I can't smell anything, but it smells amazing. I know that makes no sense, but that's exactly how you gotta live your life. Life doesn't always have to make sense. Like, I live by logic 99% of the time. But the thing is, you can't wholeheartedly know everything. Like, as, who is it? I don't know if it was Jordan Peterson or Dr. Mike. There's somebody who said that you can't take your meds and be sure there isn't poison, and then you can't eat your food and be sure that it's all good. You don't know everything, you have faith. In the words of a person in a movie, I forgot also which movie that was. I forget a lot of things, but they said that shoot, I completely forgot. I'm sure I'll remember at some point. Maybe. I think I'm gonna start heading back because it took 30 minutes to get here, so it'll be about an hour that I'm gone. My mom's probably gonna be a little mad at me. She's like, "You said you were only going on a walk." My bad. I got caught up yapping to my phone. Honestly, if my voice sounds good on this, I might fall asleep to this myself. It's nice to, like, even if you aren't paying attention to it, it's nice to just, like, have somebody talking in the background when you're trying to sleep, it makes things feel, I don't know, less lonely. Because I'm the kind of person, I'm very strict with who I'm friends with and stuff like that. And it causes me to lead a life that is less than social. I only talk to people if I know they're real. Like, if I know that they're not gonna, whatever. Like, shit that you would typically see drama about. So, because of that, I end up doubting a lot of people. But, rightfully so, because people suck. I'm not gonna lie. And, like, a good 60% of them, oh my god. Ooh, bright as hell. Sure, that works. A good 60% of people, okay, are fake, right? And I know that that's going to be offensive to a lot of people, because we all think that we're real, but a lot of us aren't, as shitty as that is to say. We lie to each other, we make bad decisions, and I know that people say that, there isn't a single person who doesn't lie, but I mean, I don't even tell white lies. If somebody needs to know something, I focus on the pursuit of knowledge knowledge and truth over what's best for me.